I need to record, don't I? I mean, oh, I'm recording. Good. So Audacity is on the computers, and you download this. Audacity is a free program. It's like a professional program, and you guys, you may have it on your computer. I don't know. If not, you'll download it. But it's a professional level program that rap artists, musicians use because it's so simple. You don't have to buy expensive software to do recording, editing, and all sorts of stuff. So this is what it looks like when it comes up. And basically, it's as simple as it looks. You say it's not simple at all. It doesn't look simple. But it is. So if I want to record something, I will just click on here, and I'm going to start recording. And this is the way you will do it. Not kind of really sure about what you should put down here, but for the first activity, you might want to do a little story or something from the internet. I'm going to pause. What am I going to say next? I don't know. What am I going to say next? What am I going to say next? Oh yeah, I'll say, and happy birthday to you. I'll pause again. Now once it's paused, I can't edit. I can just stop and breathe and think what I want to say. If I'm reading, I may want to stop because I don't like how it sounds, or I want to go back, or I made a mistake and I want to just remember where the mistake is. I'll say, oh, at 18. I'll just remember that. I'll write it down. I made a mistake at 18. I got to go back and fix it. Once I finish, I'm going to start recording again. And now it's going to record again, and I'm going to stop. And I click on the stop, the big yellow box. That's the stop. Now I can just click on the green arrow to go and listen to it. Start recording. And this is the way you will do it. Wait a second. I didn't like that So I'm going to highlight the And I can either go to edit and cut, or even easier, I can just hit the delete key. No more ums. So I could go through. How many of you don't like your ums and ahs and likes? And I don't. So what you would do is you kind of go through and find stuff you don't like. And if you made a mistake, for example, you said somebody's name wrong, you can always go back and delete it, listen to it, make sure that's the mistake. I'm not kind of really sure about, I don't do that. So I'll just edit and cut that. And notice there's a lot of space here, so I can just actually take out the empty space just by hitting the delete key. This is no good, I can tell. That's just no good. So this is Audacity. Basically, you go through it and you can change things. And when I do something like a Voki, I don't use the computer for the Voki. I'll use Audacity. I'll make it nice, and then I'll upload it to Voki and use it. So it sounds good, and I can make changes. And if I make an and ah, I can change that. Okay, let me stop for 2 questions, if you please. 2 questions. Go ahead. I see that you're ready to ask a question. Okay, we can wait. Just need to, yeah.
So we'll record on this for the podcast?
Yes. I'll count that. Sometimes I won't count them, but it'll be okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Where do you find this again?
You will download this. I'll have the link up on the class website. It's on the computer here now, but you don't have it on your computer. Good chance. I don't know if I'll count that now. I'm really going low tonight. Okay, the next step is sometimes you're speaking and someone else is speaking, and there's a difference in the audio quality. So what you can do is you can click on this, and both you have, this is stereo. Later on when you save this, it'll make it just mono, but you can also add different things on the different sides. So once I have this selected, and I know there are different people are speaking in different tones, I just go to a thing called normalize. And what it will do, it analyzes everything on there, and it kind of makes everything sound normal. So that this won't do it because it's just one person speaking. But if you're speaking with other folks or you have a lot of kids talking, you might want to normalize it so that a quiet child's voice will sound as, you know, as distinct as just a child who's very loquacious. Next, I can actually do this. I can make I can actually take part of it like this, and say you have the state's activity, we have all the state's names. Make a new one here, and I'll record all the state's names. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Virginia. I know I don't have them all right, but I know I have a couple. What is this one? Rhode Island. I'll just go up here to File and export that selection. See that? If I want the whole thing, I'll export the whole thing, but I just want this selection here. So I'll click on it, and I'll put Rhode Island RI. I'll put it on the desktop. I'm going to make it a WAV file, ordinary WAV file. Click, and it's on the desktop. Oh, artist name, 50 cents. Track title, what's the name of my state? Album title, the state of confusion. Then I'll click OK, and it saves it here as a WAV file. See that? Then I can play this WAV file, Rhode Island, and then I can upload this to the smartboard or else put it somewhere else if I want that in there. I can also export the entire document by going export and give this like a name or number, and just click save. Same thing, 25 cents instead of 50 cents. And it saves it here, so you have those saved. And you can move these, put these anywhere. Another thing you can do, which is, this will blow your mind here, I will go back to Audacity, and I'll get rid of these. I'll just close it, save changes, no. Close it, doesn't matter, no. So I will just make a new file, and I'll make kind of a little story here. Little Red Riding Hood was walking through the woods, and she saw a wolf, and the wolf said, "Who are you?" And Little Red Riding Hood said, "I am Little Red Riding Hood." And that's the end of the story. Okay, so playing it. Little Red Riding Hood was walking through the woods, and she saw. All right, I want to get rid of some of that space. Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes you want to get rid of it. It doesn't sound right. And now I'm going to look at where Little Red Riding Hood was speaking. And Little Red Riding Hood said, yeah, it's the wrong spot. This is Little Red Riding Hood. "I am Little Red Riding Hood." So I'll go to Effect, and I'll change the pitch. And I will go down 1. See how that sounds. "I am Little Red Riding Hood." Okay, I go down another one. "I am Little Red Riding Hood." And now I can also go up. Let me go up to C or G, whatever that is.
"I am Little Red Riding Hood."
And so you see, you can actually have a whole story, and there are different voices that you can put in, make sound effects, and so on and so forth. So that's the power of this program. It really is a professional program. There are even ways you can remove noise. So if there's like a computer or something going on in the background, or an air conditioner, you can actually, there are ways to remove the noise from that, because this program is so powerful, and it's free. It's what we call open source. You've heard that before, open source? Have you heard that term, open source? It means that it's out there for people to use for free, and you can use it for free. The only other thing that I'd like to show you is, if you make a mistake and you want to, instead of Little Red Riding Hood say that, say you wanted to say something else, you just go down here to the end and say click down here, and just keep recording. Oh, I am not Little Red Riding Hood after all. If you're a big bad wolf and going to eat me up. And I can take this and copy it. And here's the original Little Red Riding Hood stuff. I'll delete it, and I will paste in the stuff I just made. And the bottom stuff where it says audio track, I'll just exit out so it's not there. So now I have a totally changed dialogue so that if you make a mistake on these things, just note where the mistake is, especially if you got 3 or 4 minutes into it. You don't have to do it again. You can make any kind of change you want. Question or comment? Okay. The last part of this will be the easiest part. I'm going to ask you to make like a 2 or 3 minute story, or you can get something from the internet like a poem or something. Then I want you to export it like this as a WAV file. So I'm going to go and export this. And this will be like your story. And you'll save it to the desktop like this, and it'll be on the desktop. And then you will go up to a website called Your Learn. I want to show you this because this is a great site because it will allow you to put stuff up here. And so go to yourlearn.com, or yourlisten.com. Now, I'm already logged in here, but what you'll do is you will join here. You just go on here, give a username, so on and so forth. Then you'll upload your audio by clicking on Upload Your Audio. And down here it says Select Audio File. So don't get stuck in that stuff here. Just get down to where Select the Audio File. Choose the file. Story there. Oh yeah, Story. Almost done. Title, give it a title. Description, blah, 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 whatever you want. You need a little bit of description. Tags, that's so that if you're searching for it, you can find it. So I'll put story. And they have some others too. Storytellers, story, steel, I don't know, story is teller steel. Channel, this is the general setting, so you just pick any one of them. School reviews is fine. Purchase, like if you want to sell it, you can actually sell it. They'll actually, you don't want to sell it. Disable downloading of the video, so no one can else, the audio, no one else can download your audio. And this shows that you're not cheating somebody out of their copyright. And then complete the upload. And sure enough, it'll come up, and you can actually play it here. You can see other folks, what they've done. And you can also get the embed code easily. Now, if for some reason it doesn't come up, shut up. Some reason it doesn't come up, just hit the refresh. Sometimes a few people last class had trouble. It just, nothing came there. So if you hit refresh, it will come up. So once I have this here, I can share, and it has the embed code and a link. You can send it through email. So if you wanted to send email, voicemail to friends or something like that, you can just use this. It'll send it right through the email. It'll open up in their email, and they can listen. So you don't have to worry about, just say you want to do it to like all the kids in the class. You want to send them a greeting or something. You can send it this way if you have their email accounts, or to parents. Say you want to reach parents and send them a message. You have their email address. So you can actually do this. Or say you have an activity in class and kids do things. You can send it to the people as well. Or you can embed it on your website or your wiki. You can download it if you want to. Add to your playlist. You might want to do that, because if you don't make it a favorite or add to the playlist, you may have trouble recovering it after. So do that. So what I'm going to ask you to do today is I'm going to give you about a half hour to record a story or a poem or something. I want you to export it to the desktop, and then I want you to upload it to yourlisten.com. Okay? Hop to it. It's on the desktop. You'll see what it looks like. It looks like two earphones and a fire in the middle of it. So that's called Audacity. And hop to it. Now it's going to be a little bit noisy, so try and speak a little bit quietly when you talk in there. but go ahead.
Does it matter how long it is?
2 or 3 minutes is good.
Are we supposed to work in teams or just?
No, individually, because if you worked in teams, then somebody would dominate. So but if you have a question, you've got an answer person right next to you. And your stuff. Your stuff. You okay? Yeah, you okay? I was checking. I want you to fade away.
Is there a microphone here?
It's good. Sit
Doesn't
down.
now it's gonna show me.
We're going to use this.
You could tell that story and then you used to tell the story. Teeny tiny woman. Like the story you told the story.
Oh my god, it's so tiny. I don't remember that.
That always just gets stuck in my head.
Really? My teeny tiny one? Oh my god.
I've had people do Abbott and Costello, who's on first. Cinderella, of course. The short version.
Well, I'll just, we have to finish the story, we just talk for like 3 minutes.
I'd rather you do something because for homework.
Well, I'm saying like, do I have to finish Cinderella?
No.
Because it's a long story.
No, I mean just give the abridged version. The
Okay.
3 or 4 minute version. Omit all the gory details and just kind of stick to the high points.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks. She went for a walk in the forest. Pretty soon, she came to her house. She knocked and no one answered. She walked right in. At the table in the kitchen, there were 3 bowls of porridge. Goldilocks was hungry, so she put
Now I'm going to look
the
at, let's see if I can fix your wiki.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's a great problem, best problem I've had this week.
This chair is too big.
This chair is too big too, she whined. So she tried the last and smallest chair. This chair is just right, she says. But just as she said it, the chair she rest, it broke into pieces. Goldilocks was very tired of this, so she went upstairs to bed. To lay down in the first bed, it was too hard. Then she lay down in the second bed, it was too soft. Then she lay down in the third bed, it was just right.